Hi, welcome. I am Laura Turner with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, and I also serve on the executive committee here at the Henry County Chamber of Commerce. We are excited to be having these candidate conversations, and today we will be talking with a candidate for McDonough Mayor, Craig Elrod. Welcome, Craig.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thank you for the Chamber for putting this together.
Great. Craig, let's start by you tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. My name's Craig Elrod. I've lived in McDonough my entire life, about the fourth generation that's lived in McDonough. And I, for the past 8 years, served on the McDonough City Council for District 3, which was the downtown area of McDonough, and then going out from there. For the last 2 years, I've been Mayor Pro Tem for the City of McDonough, which is a fancy title for being the backup mayor or vice mayor. Was lucky enough to serve in that role for 2 years with Mayor Billy Copeland.
Great. Well, this is just a question I want to know of our candidates. What made you want to run for mayor?
That's a great question. But what made me want to run is being here in town. I'm raising my family here in town, and to live here and to choose to continue to live here, I wanted to make sure I was a part of the community. My dad served on city council back in the 80s, and so everything that's ever been installed in me is being part of the community. And during my time on council, I really enjoyed the work. McDonough's had a great couple of years here during my time on council, and I want to make sure that continues. And more than anything, I just love to serve. And so serving my fellow citizens in the city that I love and the city that has given so much to me would just be the biggest honor.
What do you think are some areas that McDonough needs to focus on that as prospective mayor and as the council that should really get some top attention in the coming year or two?
You cannot be in McDonough for more than 10 minutes and know that traffic is something we need to continually address. We've had great luck with working with partnerships like GDOT and the county and getting some major road projects done over the past 2 years, but we're probably 10 years behind. And so making sure that we continue to work on those areas and that we're aware of it and that we have a long-term plan it has to be near the top of the list. With any city, I feel like engaging the citizens has to be at the top of the list too, because the government is for the people and it's of the people. And we have to make sure that we listen to citizens, we're accessible, and that we engage and that we are transparent in what we're doing so that the citizens have the confidence that their government is running the way they see fit.
Thank you. T-Splost has been a hot topic right now and something that the Chamber is actively engaged in as well. With it being on the ballot this election day, what's your stance on T-Splost and how might it affect your constituents one way or the other?
Yeah, what we just talked about was traffic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we need all the help we can get. You can look at other SPLOST that we've done to see what the impact is. Currently, we have a regular SPLOST in Henry County, and we're on our 5th version of that. There are countless projects that can be contributed to that SPLOST, and so it has worked. We also are on eSPLOST, and I believe we're on our 3rd eSPLOST. And there are several schools and upgrades that are directly contributed to that. McDonough High is one of those. And so it works as well. I feel T-Splost can do the same. The great thing about a SPLOST or a T-Splost is that we're able to share some of the burden of fixing our infrastructure and paying for infrastructure with those that come and visit our community. If someone comes to Tanger and shops or just pulls over and gets gas on their way to Disney World, we're collecting some revenue from those individuals and putting that revenue back into our infrastructure that we live with every single day. So if we can shift the burden and cost off of 100% of our taxpayer shoulders and put some of that on visitors that visit us, I think it's a win-win for everyone.
Great. Another thing we talk a lot about, especially in recent years, is collaboration, unity as a community. Here at the Chamber, we certainly recognize the importance of that to our business community. If elected mayor, what would you do to foster that collaboration amongst the cities, the county, the region, and our business community?
Yeah, I think that's one of the most important things a mayor and a council member does is building partnerships. And those partnerships have to be mutual partnerships. It can't be one-sided where the city is the only one contributing or we're only asking for someone else to give us something. And so in McDonough, there's a multitude of partnerships that I'm proud of to have been a part of and have solidified. One of the most important ones in McDonough is GDOT, because we have 6 state highways that cross our city at some point. 5 all hit in one area, which we call the square. And so the heart of our community is a connection point for state highways, so we must have a good partnership with them. Henry County is another partnership that we have because every citizen of McDonough is also obviously a citizen of Henry
Absolutely.
County, so they're taxpayers, and we have to do joint projects with them. The Chamber is a great partnership that I'm happy to say McDonough has a great partner in the Chamber. And the Downtown Development Authority in McDonough, the Development Authority for Henry County, the Water Authority is another partnership, Main Street, the list goes on and on and on. And so I think making sure those partnerships are strong and that they're, like I said, they're two-way partnerships where we're giving back for the long-term success, they're going to be there and ready to contribute to us.
Great. Obviously, the Chamber exists to grow business and support business in our community. So economic development's always a hot topic for us. There's been a lot of economic development in McDonough in particular. So tell me a little bit about that and how you would continue that great momentum that y'all have going.
Yeah, we've had great success. When I first started on council, and I live in the downtown area of McDonough. When I first started on council, we basically had 2 restaurants on the square. Today we have 13 today.
Wow.
In the past 4 years, we've had somewhere in the neighborhood of $8 to $9 million of reinvestment in current buildings that are now new retail or new service or new restaurants. The city has done infrastructure upgrades. We've built new parking lots, lighting. Mm-hmm. So to me, what the city does best or needs to do best is provide a framework that attracts business owners to want to locate here and then gives them a chance to be successful. The city, if it does that well, then private enterprises will take care of the rest, because if they want to be somewhere and they're successful, then it's like when one comes, they all come. And so we've seen that downtown. We've also seen it out where the Chamber is located in South Point. In South Point, we have the #1 Haverty's in the nation. Freddy's is like number 3 or 4 in the nation. Panda Express is top of the list. Per square foot, Five Guys Burgers is doing really strong. We now have the first Macy's Marketplace that's about to open. We had the very first True by Hilton Hotel. And so we've created an area at South Point that's for the big box type of retail and given them the framework to be successful. But then we also have downtown for your local entrepreneurs that want to have a framework to work there. And what works in one doesn't necessarily work in the other. So we have to be flexible and provide what is needed in that location that will make that area work the best.
Good. As our interview kind of draws to a close, I'd like to finish with this question. If you want the viewers to know one thing about McDonough, what would that be?
It's a great place to live. McDonough is home for me. It's home for now. We just got our census back for over 30,000 people. In 1998, when I graduated from Henry County High School, we had roughly 4,500 citizens. We now have 30. And that is because it's a great place to live. And the reason it's a great place to live is it's full of great people. And I think anyone who visits McDonough will see that very quickly. But also, what I think draws a lot of visitors here, that visitors become citizens, is that we have a charm that is hard to duplicate. You can find that in downtown, you can find that in South Point, you can find that in any neighborhood that you visit. And it's because we have just the greatest people in the world living here. And it would be an absolute honor to represent and serve them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Craig, thank you for being with us today. Best of luck in the election. Thank you for your service to the city of McDonough. And thank you all for tuning into this candidate conversation with the Henry County Chamber of Commerce. All of our mayoral candidate conversations will be available on the Henry County Chamber of Commerce Facebook page.